Okay, so in the final weeks here of the course, we're going to talk about evaluation. If you remember from the very beginning of the course, we started with analysis, and we used this quote from Charles Kettering: "A problem well stated is a problem half solved." And you spent a little bit of time working out with your client a very specific performance problem statement. And then we worked through a gap analysis where we compared the desired state or the future state of performance with the current state or the present state of performance. And we looked at the difference between employee performance and its impact on operational results or organizational outcomes in both of those states. After running through that gap analysis, we looked at root cause analysis, we did some front-end analysis, and we also did some training needs analysis. And then we moved into design plans, and we looked through rationale. We wrote out target populations, course descriptions, objectives responding to our training needs assessments. We looked at evaluation strategies, prerequisites, as well as a set of deliverables. Part of your design plan was writing out an evaluation strategy. Now, Kirkpatrick is the most well-known evaluation model. It is not the only organizational model, but it is a very sort of rudimentary way to look at what's going on in your organization and trying to capture results. He's under fire lately. Not everybody loves him, but this is at least a gateway to thinking about how to evaluate learning and performance. Kirkpatrick says at level 1, we look at reaction. We look at the degree to which the learner enjoyed or received or experienced the event. It has absolutely no, it doesn't look at capturing learning or performance at all. It's simply the learner's experience. It's similar to customer satisfaction. It's typically collected on something like a smile sheet or a Likert scale. And what it does do is provide immediate quality control data. So you can go back and fix things or respond to the information you collect. Most organizations begin and end with level 1 evaluation surveys. We've all taken one, we've probably all given them, and we're very familiar with this level of evaluation. Level 2 is also collected at the individual level. It's collected for each participant of the learning event. It's typically reported in things like pass rates. It would be maybe quizzes, it would be exams, maybe performance observation. But what you're doing here is measuring the degree to which the instructional objectives were achieved by the individual learner during the learning event. And that's what Kirkpatrick calls level 2. We then move on to behavior, which is also collected at the individual level, but it's collected after the learning event has ended. You can do this through audits, observations, quizzes, conversations. There's all types of ways to get this information, which is really trying to help you quantify the degree to which the learning transferred from the classroom to the work site. So it's a way to determine the degree to which behavior changed, workplace behavior changed, as a result of an individual learning a new knowledge or a new skill. Then we go on to evaluate results, which is commonly referred to as level 4. This, unlike the other 3 levels of evaluation, is collected at the organizational level. So we aren't looking at individual performance anymore. We're looking at organizational outcomes. It's also collected after the learning event. There's also many different ways to collect the information. And it looks at the degree to which that desired state or that future state of performance has been achieved. When you think back to this chart that we started off with in the first week of the course, this is really where level 2 happens. This is your learning intervention that comes in between the current state and the future state of performance. So learning is, level 2 evaluation is collected in between these 2 states. Here, it's a measurement of your intervention. Then you move in to level 3, which again is collected at the individual level and looks at the degree to which that individual employee's performance has changed as a result of your learning intervention. And then ultimately you look at level 4, which is a capture of the degree to which your operational results were improved as a result of this collective change, positive change in employee performance as a result of your learning. So this is why it's very important to go through that gap analysis at the beginning and frame out current state and future state and the relationship between employee performance and organizational outcomes, because here is how you capture it in this type of approach to looking at learning and evaluation. And that's how we do it. Go ahead and have some fun.